From Las Vegas, it's Let's Talk News Now with Rick and Ella.
Welcome back to Let's Talk News Now. We have this very, very special guest with us today, and let me just introduce it this way. Ella told me, she said, I have to come to the United States to meet a royal.
Really?
Welcome, Lord Michael Baron Franklin.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
We were asking you, said, how do people address you? You said back home they would call you Lord Michael? Mm-hmm. And in doing so,
I like that though.
I know.
I would call you that today.
I know.
I mean, I think it's hot. I mean, seriously, as a girl, I think it's hot calling a guy, look, hi, Lord Michael.
Exactly.
And the good thing is it's your name, as opposed to people that buy titles where it's you change your name to the Lord or the King or the Prince.
Your family has been part of the monarch now for how many generations?
No, we've been part of the nobles for seven generations now.
Seven generations.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trying to count back.
I'm just going to ask what I think are some of the typical questions that most people ask. Number one is, how do you get a title like that? Okay. What exactly does your family do to have this bestowed upon them?
You protect the crown. You do acts of heroic.
Yeah, exactly.
6 a.m. It's okay.
Wait, notice the Lord said.
Acts of heroism, or in defense of the crown.
Right.
Okay, and in doing so now, this title is passed down from one generation to the next to the next, and your family still has an estate. Mm-hmm. And in doing so, I thought this was the most interesting thing. When I first met Lord Michael. This was about 3 weeks ago. And you immediately said, it is not our land, it is Her Majesty's land, and we are the custodians of it.
Yes, 100%.
Extremely humbling.
You were there as guardians of Her Majesty's property.
And that is a large part of what your family does and represents. Then I asked, I said, are you also then a member of the House of Lords? And you said, up until you, or something along those lines.
Well, it was my father that he chose to keep the title, and we lost our seat in the House of Lords.
Okay. And in doing so, that was also, I guess, at Her Majesty's discretion, I guess, as to how that kind of works.
Yes. We serve at Her Majesty's discretion, her pleasure.
May I ask?
I am speechless. I haven't said nothing.
What do you guys address her as?
Your
The
Majesty.
same thing? Oh, she doesn't have like a name?
No.
I'm like, I don't know how
I'm learning.
say anything. I'm so in awe.
I'm learning.
I love you. I'm just
Well,
so
good,
in awe.
because leave it to the American to create the,
It's brilliant.
international faux
I'm like,
pas.
I need to say nothing. It's funny because I'm far from proper. I'm an East Londoner, as you can hear. And then they'll say, I'm proper. I'm like, no, this is who you need to see is proper. And I'm like, sir.
Proper and debonair.
Exactly. I feel so patriotic.
Yes, I know what to have at high tea.
Lord Michael, I'm going to ask you this. Some of the
Cucumbers.
different things that you had mentioned that you had attended. You attended, I believe, the original royal wedding between Diana and
Yes, I
Charles.
did.
And then,
Beautiful.
unfortunately, you were also present for her funeral as well. And so you get called upon to the royal family for different things. And you've obviously had a chance to meet Her Majesty. My question for you is this. I love the opening ceremony thing. I thought it was spectacular and showed so much of her character to do the whole James Bond, coming out, getting in the helicopter, the appearance of jumping out in a parachute and then walking in to open up the games. What did you think?
I loved it. It shows. Her Majesty said something a few years ago. The monarchy remains the same, but must change. We're constantly having to evolve and become whatever society dictates.
While holding on to some tradition.
Okay,
Yes.
so now here's the next part of it. Now, this is where Ella kept elbowing me. I'm going, really? Okay, everybody else in the royal family, her husband, the Prince of Wales and his wife, Kate and William, and of course Harry was there. Okay, they're all during the opening ceremonies. They're clapping, they're applauding, they're standing up, they're smiling, so on and so on. Okay, Her Majesty, I didn't understand this, did not have a single emotional. Nothing was on her face. It was just stoic. Even when children were singing "God Save the Queen," and she's like, I don't even hear it. No acknowledgement, no anything. Explain that to me.
No, she did hear it.
Okay.
If you look really closely, there was a tear duct.
Oh,
active
really?
That touched her. But her job is, she's the crown. She is the pinnacle of society. And yes, they are giving homage to her, but to her office, to her title, and to the monarchy itself.
She's the face of the monarchy.
Yes, and this isn't for, even though we say God Save the Queen, it is God Save the country, because the Queen is our country.
She represents it.
Lloyd Michael, it is truly, truly, truly a pleasure having you on here.
Yes,
Congratulations to you, your country, to the monarch and so on, and God Save the Queen.